welcome to another Doujin Games video review of Exelinya Burst by Team DK.
Well, to start off, it's I don't know what you call it, man. It's not really a puzzle game. It's not really a shoot 'em up. It's kind of like a grab 'em up. It's similar to, I'd say the only thing it's similar to
Bust
is
Move, kind of.
It's kind of like Bust a Move. It's kind of like what's that game on the Dreamcast? Oh gosh, I've forgotten the game now.
Choo Choo.
No, it's not Choo Choo. Basically it's a game where you grab enemies and you throw enemies into other enemies, and all you basically do is make enemies explode. But there's something about making enemies explode which is addictive as hell, man. It's like you grab enemies and you throw them at each other and you make a chain of pops, and when one enemy pops, another enemy will pop, and then another enemy will pop, and you get to a point where you're like, there's no music, and the more you pop these enemies, the more your rank improves, and when your rank improves, you get this cheesy J-pop, which just makes you want to burst even more, and the whole experience is really engaging and rewarding. The only thing I would say is, because it gets so hectic on screen, that it really does suffer from slowdown, especially like running in such a low resolution, it suffers from slowdown. But having said that, the art style and the gameplay and the popping and the presentation of the game is something really, really unique, and I mean, I loved it. I mean, what do you think?
I mean, visually, I think it's just Doujin all the way. I mean, it's this cute little chibi character throwing around these random items of food and Xboxes, and it's such a pun of just, let's just have fun. Every time you'd rank up, the background would just change by color, but just the explosion on screens, it's just mesmerizing, just visually. It's crazy. Yeah, game system, I did like when you kept, you throw these objects and you have to try and make a pattern of these explosions to try and rank up, but sometimes it just got so confusing. There'll just be so many pops on screen. I'll just be like, what the hell am I meant to do? Like, I don't really understand how you lose life. I think, yeah, you get touched by one of these items, but it's just really crazy and can get a bit confusing at times. The music, yeah, this typical J-pop, dance music comes in when you're beating bosses, and it's really, really fun. I think, yeah, overall this is just, visually it's a blatant Japanese game, but gameplay wise, yes, it could have been a lot better if it wasn't so confusing, if they had a pattern going through it.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I like about this game is it doesn't hesitate to be what it is. I mean, it's not trying to pretend to be anything too ambitious, and it's not trying to be anything too basic. I mean, one of the things that I like about it is it straddles that line between being ridiculous and being like lots of fun. I mean, it doesn't go too ridiculous, but I mean, when you have giant Xboxes as bosses, I mean, that's the kind of game you're dealing with. I had lots of fun with it, so I'm definitely going to give it 3 out of 5. Great.
Yeah, I think final I will. Yeah, visually it captured me. Again with little milk cartons and everything on screen. But because of the confusion I had, I'm going to give it a 3. So yeah, great.
Okay, don't forget to check out Exelinya Burst on doujingames.com and the Exelinya Burst written review.
Alright, thanks.